Hello sailors, Marcus here and welcome back to the SeaCV Resumes channel. In this video I am going to share how I landed my first maritime job as a small ferry skipper, applying methods that can help you get your first maritime job too. And now without further ado, let's sail into it. In the year of 2016 I finished my last day at school. A couple of years previous, I knew it was my dream to study and work within the maritime world, as I had a passion for boats from a young age. Before the summer, I had done some research and found that I could study for yacht operations as a foundation degree. This is when I got excited and decided that I would study for the degree I had just found. So, for my final school days, I pushed myself to the limit, which got me the grades I needed for being accepted onto the course. Here are some related tips. Finish your education properly for a positive mindset. Keep going, even when it's hard to study for subjects you do not like. Know the reward you get is that you can study for subjects that do interest you long term. From the years of 2016 to 2018, I studied for a foundation degree in yacht operations, where I started learning much more about the maritime industry. It was much bigger than I first imagined. At first I found it quite a step up from school, but through initiative and taking notes, I soon got the hang of what was required. During the course I took part in different sailing races across the south coast of England and voyages to France and the Channel Islands as part of my RYA day skipper qualification. These voyages were tough, as it gave me my first real taste of sailing in the open ocean and in some challenging weather. However, I stuck with it and got some great miles and experience logged along the way, as well as seeing new places. Between my first and second year, I also got my first taste of employment, working as a seasonal marina host, which I found to be very useful, as well as a great way to earn some money in the summer. Here are some related tips. Embrace new challenges and what is new. See new places and what they have to offer. A keen mindset and attitude can land your first small summer job that leads to greater aspects. Never stop learning. Are you enjoying the story so far? If so, then be sure to leave a like and sail into the subscribe button so I can provide more content like this in the future. This next part of the story was when life started to get interesting. After graduating my foundation degree in 2018, I decided that I wanted to achieve more in the aspect of maritime achievement. This was when I heard about the Bachelor's degree in Navigation and Maritime Science, where I had the opportunity to obtain a major degree and with the opportunity to work at sea. To me, this was an opportunity I could not miss, so I applied for the course, sent in my personal statement, and was accepted to start later in the year. Happy days. Once I got started, I was already familiar with the work-based layout from my previous degree, so I knew more about what was coming my way. It was in my first year where I got a real taste of life experiences as I began to study more about the maritime world in more depth. This is also when I got to do a 3-month voyage on a container ship, where I travelled from Europe to the Asian continent, stopping at different ports along the way. I got to do different duties and see a new side to the working world. I will be making another video solely based on this experience, as there is a lot more to cover. After my containership voyage, I continued to study land-based until the summer of 2021. During my time, despite some setbacks, I put in my A game to learn as much as possible, gained some valuable insights to potential future opportunities, and graduated with a 2-1 with honours. Once my degree was done, I was set to start looking for my first real employment long term. Here are some related tips. Look to see where your current course can lead you. Your next course can take your knowledge even further, so embrace it. Hard times never last, but those with a strong-willed mindset do. There is reward at the end of an education that gives you knowledge to level up. After I finished my time at university, my first few jobs were a little different than expected. Even though I graduated in June, it would take a few months of looking and researching before I found something. In the meantime, I was doing some freelancing to make a little extra income on the side. In September of 2021, I found a job that I thought might suit me. It was a position on an aquacultural farm. When I took the job trial, I soon figured out it was not my fit and decided to find something else. Eventually, a couple of weeks later in October, I found a job working as a grape picker at local vineyards. This was on a 2-month contract, and I knew it would be good for me to take the employment for experience, develop team working skills, and start earning. When November came round, I then found a slightly more long-term job, which was working as a kitchen hand in a hotel restaurant. I gave notice to my grape picking job and was able to get a strong reference for doing good work. The job of a kitchen hand enabled me to develop my employment skills further, even some new ones like working in a kitchen or keeping calm under pressure. I would continue with this job all the way through to the Christmas holiday season. Here are some related tips. Not everything is meant to be in a job, and that is okay when you are trying out. Keep trying, keep learning. Taking on a different job to get your foot in the employment door is a good move. You can start getting references from your first job, which is a solid platform. It was around the end of November when I found the job listing online that struck my interest. It was for a skipper of a small ferry based in the same city as my university. I applied, and a few days later, to my excitement, I was invited for an interview. I was able to take the next available weekend off to travel to my former city of study where I had my interview. It was a great experience to see how the small ferry was running and apply what I had learned from my previous interviews and skills to date. After my interview, I returned to my kitchen hand position feeling happy at my accomplishment of getting an interview for a job that took my interest. When a few days had passed, I was invited down to complete a job trial that would last 3 days. Once I accepted and got time off my current job, I headed back to my former city and undertook the job trial. I was working alongside the skipper on duty, learning the ropes, talking with customers, and gaining new skills. It was truly informative, and it was great to be back in my own industry. After my job trial was complete, the skippers I were working with were very pleased with my work, learning, and adapting to different situations. I too was proud of myself for completing new tasks that I was a little nervous about beforehand. When I headed back to my kitchen hand position with a spring in my step, I was keeping a lid on where I had been, so no one got the suspicion something was up. Around mid-December, I got an email that got me excited and ready for a new chapter. Here are some related tips. Keep searching and you'll find the job that takes your interest. Embrace the interview process, showcase your skills and qualifications to date. Accept a job trial for getting to know your potential new job. This is worth it. Do not give away to your current job you are looking to move on until you have accepted your new job offer. The email was from the ferry company owner, sending me an official job offer. I was delighted and I happily accepted. This meant that I had succeeded in getting work within the maritime industry, would be able to live independently, and have a role that would give me sea time and experience for future qualifications. This was a huge step in my career path that I was very proud of. After accepting my job offer and signing a new contract, I gave notice to end my role as a kitchen hand. This was when people started asking me questions and began to realise why I had so many days off. I was humble about each answer, so I could end my time at the hotel on good terms. They all wished me luck in my new endeavours. Once the Christmas season was over, in January 2022, I left my kitchen hand position and moved down to my former city of study to start my new job. The ferry job was a great experience that lasted for 14 months. I was able to gain so many new skills, manage a vessel single-handedly, obtain sea time, and work in an environment that suited me. Here are some related tips. Previous work experience, qualifications, and skills add up to that job offer. Leave your old workplace on good terms. Prepare for relocation to that job you desire if it is out of town. This story was an experience that had many ups, downs, easy times, and hard times. I embraced each moment and knew that they were worth every second of the journey. It showed that starting from temporary jobs can still lead to something bigger, and this applies to anyone that makes a start. If you can apply the tips in this video to your own journey, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. If you are looking to improve on your maritime resume or application, I am here to help. You can contact me via my LinkedIn, which I will link in the description below. I hope you enjoyed listening to this story. If you did learn something, then be sure to leave a like and sail into that subscribe button to stay tuned for more weekly videos. Also, feel free to comment your thoughts below or if you have any questions. Until next time, stay safe and sail smart.